Covering news that matters. Fox 23 News at 6 starts right now.
As the number of data centers grows in Oklahoma, state lawmakers are taking a closer look at how much water and electricity those new centers could use. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Shay Razi.
And I'm Nathan Thompson. Glad you're with us. Our state already has dozens of data centers, and companies are looking to build more here in Northeast Oklahoma. But people have questions like how much water and how much power will these massive facilities use? Fox 23's Paris Rain joins us live in the studio after talking to a Tulsa lawmaker. Paris, she says communities need more information before signing off on new projects.
That's right, Nathan and Shay. It's a very complex topic with many questions, but few answers, as this is still a new thing. But as many of you have noticed and many have said, these centers are making their way to green country. But Representative Amanda Clinton says Oklahoma is in the middle of what she calls a land rush for data centers. But as companies look to build, she wanted to look into the impacts it could have on water and electricity. Neighbors in green country are growing concerned and have questions due to a new type of infrastructure that is making its way to green country: data centers.
I think they're right to be concerned. I think there is nothing wrong with asking questions. We need to know as much information as possible, so people can make the decisions that are right for them. I don't see anything wrong with asking questions. And if someone's afraid to answer some questions, then that should be a red flag.
State Representative Amanda Clinton conducted a study back in October to find the impact data centers could have on water resources and the grid, reaching out to many organizations for help, one being the Oklahoma Water Resources Board.
So we issue this permit and they submit their water use report to us, how much water they use every year to us. So that's our roles. And also on the comprehensive water plan side, we're trying to look at it. We look at the 50-year projections, like how much water available based on certain sector, how much certain sector use the water, and do we have enough water for our state for the next 50 years?
As I started looking into what it takes to operate a data center, the electricity also started to kind of jump out at me. So that's what my interim study was about, was to sort of gauge the impact on our water quality, our water quantity, and the amount of electricity it's going to take and how that might burden consumers.
She says there are already 2 data centers in the works for green country.
One is for East Tulsa, that's Project Anthem, and then there's one planned for North Tulsa County, which is Project Clydesdale. The one in East Tulsa, Project Anthem, is the original one that caught my eye about a year ago because they requested to use 2 million gallons of water a day. That is the same amount of water that the city of Owasso uses every day.
I asked Representative Clinton, why are organizations choosing Oklahoma?
I think there's kind of a land run on data centers across the United States, really across the world. It's not just Oklahoma, but we are attractive here because we have lots of land. We have plentiful natural resources as far as water goes, at least in Northeast Oklahoma. The rest of the state is a little bit of a different story. So I think that they're trying to, plant their flag where they can get the quickest. And I think that communities need to understand they hold all the cards in this scenario.
Representative Clinton says those who live by proposed land for these centers should know their voices matter. And it's important to note that every data center is not the same, meaning how much water one uses and the amount of electricity that always goes into these centers are always going to be different. If you'd like to learn more about this study and the findings that they found, we have a link in this story on fox23.com. Live in studio covering news that matters, I'm Paris Rain, Fox 23 News.